first brother. I'm number 3 out of 4 of us, however to put it. I'm also one of the best men tonight. Just going to get right into it. Growing up, I really looked up to my older brother. Sort of the same way everyone looks up to their older brother. He seemed like he had some kind of special power. I thought he could do anything, impossible things. I saw him get all 120 stars in Super Mario 64. He could always beat us in Smash Bros, even if me and Brooks were on the same team. He taught me how to sword fight like a Power Ranger. He could do a cartwheel. He could jump so high on the trampoline. Impressive things, really. I wanted to be just like him. Well, Bryson, now I'm too tall to look up to you, and I'm pretty sure I could kick your ass in Smash Bros. As Brooks was saying, Bryson's always been a very dedicated older brother. Before Brooks or I had started kindergarten, Bryson would put on school for us. I'm not talking about playing school. I mean, he would bring school desks into our house, give us lessons, give us work to do, let us out for lunch and recess, raise our hands to ask questions, the whole 9 yards. He wanted to make sure we were being raised right and always took an active role in enforcing the rules. In fact, he got my mom in trouble for letting us watch South Park before she knew what it was. He taught us both that we had to be men, because if we weren't men, we had to watch the baby movie. The baby movie was just a film teaching new parents how to care for their kids, but we hated it. We would cry our eyes out if we had to watch the baby movie, so I think you were right, we probably were being babies. He's always been good with words. He could convince me of anything, and what's an older brother if he doesn't mess with you? Bryson used to terrify me as a child by telling me stories about my family from the village. Apparently, nobody in my family knew where I came from except for Bryson. He swore that my father from the village was coming to take me back home to the village. He would tell me one day, my father from the village was going to get me, and he would take me to live in a hut and eat bugs for the rest of my life. I would never see my family again if I believed him, which I did. He told me the exhaust pipe on the back of the car actually wasn't an exhaust pipe, it shot out missiles. So every car on the freeway that was following us, no matter what car it was, if it was a woman or a man driving, it was being driven by my father from the village. But Bryson was there to protect me. He would help me. He gave me the fear to begin with, but he'd be there like, hey, you gotta press these launch codes to take out your father from the village. Press these buttons, you'll save your own life. You won't have to live in a hut. You won't be eating worms. As I got older, I really did continue to admire Bryson. I wanted to do everything the same as him. I wore the same kind of clothes, listened to the same kind of music, joined the same clubs in high school that he did. I even did soils judging. No 15-year-old takes a self-motivated interest in judging soil. I just thought if I did everything he did, I could be just like him and achieve all the same things he did. I met Markel when Bryson brought her to a family Easter party and introduced her to me as his girlfriend. This was out of character. I'd never met anyone before who Bryson called his girlfriend. He always kept that part of his life more private. So I knew right away that she was someone special. As I got to know her, I began to learn for myself what makes Markel special. When I met Markel, it would only be a few months until I would move away to College Station. Bryson and Markel, along with my parents, came out and visited me during that first year there. Bryson, Markel, and myself went to a football game. At Texas A&M, where I went to school, football's the only thing. Outside the stadium are tailgates as far as you can see and friendly people inviting you in to eat and drink with them. So of course, we had some drinks before the game, and my roommate and I decided it'd be a good idea to sneak some beers in. Well, during the second quarter, Bryson and Markel went off to the restroom, and a security guard saw the sunlight flash off my can. He came and took us, and allegedly I was 20 years old at the time. So I couldn't argue with him about that. I just had to take it. But I'm thinking, what am I going to do? My brother and his girlfriend are here in the stadium, and I have no way of reaching them, and I can't tell this guy. So I went out, and I managed to find someone who had an extra ticket to let me get in, and went and grabbed them, said, hey guys, we gotta move, I got us in some trouble. We moved to a new seat, done, easy. I didn't think much about this story at the time, but looking back, it shows a lot of the traits I've come to see that make Markel a special person. I see someone who really values family and cares about others. To take the time from your busy week to come out and see your boyfriend's brother in another state just to pay a visit was such a kind thing to do. You understand how important the relationship we have with siblings is, and you came along with them to show support and be there as part of the family. The way we could just relocate at the game and keep having fun shows you know how to go with the flow and have a good time doing it. It's easy to be ourselves around you, and for me, it's easy to see how you fit right in as a part of our family. Most importantly, you make my brother a happy man, and you love each other. Love makes people do things they normally wouldn't. For Bryson, there might be things like buying a $50 pizza, or going on a cruise, or the spontaneous way he asked your parents for your hand in marriage. Bryson, I've always been extremely proud to call you my brother. I'm lucky to call you one of my best friends. Throughout my life, nobody has been consistent, reliable, and genuinely thoughtful as you. I've been able to call you and turn to you when I cannot turn to anyone else. You've always made family the most important thing, even when it's not convenient or easy for yourself. I admire your selflessness and the level of commitment you have to always doing what you need to do. And still today, I have that same view of you I did as a kid, where I think you can do anything. Growing up as the younger brother, I never thought I'd be in a position to offer advice. I've always believed you have everything figured out, and you always know what's the right thing to do, and I still do think that. What I would like to say to each of you is, in my view, marriage is not a 50-50 partnership. There are hard days, there are great days. Sometimes your partner is having a hard time and needs you to carry more of that weight. Stay patient, be loving, and be ready to carry whatever weight you need to support your partner. Markel, today you married the best man I've ever known. I love that we all get to be here tonight to celebrate the two of you. You're two amazing, humble people who never make any day or any moment about yourself. And you deserve a beautiful party like this, surrounded by your friends and family, to celebrate each of you, followed by a lifetime of happiness. And I love you both very much. Here's to the new